Black Lives Matter leader is now turning his back on the Democratic Party and endorsing former President Donald Trump. The leader of BLM's Rhode Island chapter claims Democrats' policies are actively working against Black Americans, even accusing the party of being racist. Ouch. His name is Mark Fisher, and he thinks Trump will offer more honesty for the Black community.
You know, we've been used and abused for so long by that party. They don't value our vote. Their policies are basically racist policies. And I believe it's a racist party. Donald Trump he's the opposite. He's going to tell you how it is. He's going to give it to you straight. Trump has done more for the Black community than any president I can think of in my lifetime.
And Fisher told Fox and Friends that the Democratic Party just isn't for Black America.
I think personally, it's the duplicity of the Democrats, the hypocrisy. We're not stupid. The brothers are not stupid. We understand when someone's for us and when someone is not. And it's obvious that the Democratic Party is not for us. Their policies actually strike at the heart of the Black family and the nuclear family.
I mean, that's a big pickup, Brian, for President Trump.
It is. And when you have Black Lives Matter and he's running the Rhode Island division, you would expect that they'd have a certain attitude and position. And I just talked to him on radio 20 minutes before I came down here. And he said, no one lords over you and tells Black Lives Matter chapters what to do. And believe me, I know there's a little disorganization there, like where the money is. Don't look at him. He says, all we want is an opportunity. He goes, we just think that this president gives you more of an opportunity. Also, what I think is also important to bring up is that he believes that this president the former president has nothing against him. He says that a lot of people, he cut through a lot of the things that were given to him to read and talked about. And he said, no, let me just make my own decisions. And that's who he's happy about. And when it comes down to African Americans, he really resents the fact that people try to put them all in one basket. Yeah. And that Hispanics have a diverse community, but we only have one voice. He's like, really? We got a million voices, million different points of view, and I resent the fact that you're trying to put me in a category.
Yeah, he's exactly right, and I've heard that from others as well. You know, Tammy, the New York Times Siena poll of these battleground states found President Trump, we have it on the wall here, with 22% support among Black voters. That is up from 8%, which is what he got in 2020. Now, the New York Times could not believe their own poll, so they had to do a focus group on a New York Times podcast of Black voters. And what they found were Black voters saying, what's the word on Biden? He's too old. I honestly feel the Democratic Party has forgotten about the Black male. And this one stood out to me. I've been let down by Obama. Do you hear me? I feel as though he could have done more for us. I feel as though specifically Chicagoans, that's where he comes from, after seeing Trump and all that he did, it's like, man, Obama, you could have done the same thing.
Yes, exactly. And it's why I think this led directly to Hillary's loss. That should have been a warning to the Democratic Party that he couldn't take Hillary across the line because he disappointed everyone. But many of us left the left, and one of the reasons is that we wanted to solve problems. And we noticed that there was an investment in the problems remaining. And when I confronted major national feminist leaders saying, why can't we do X, Y, and Z? I was told it was important to rub salt into the wound because then when we were needed again, we would still be here. So the Democratic Party relies on victimhood. And if you elevate people and the basic American values of entrepreneurship, individual freedom, celebrating the individual and the family, then everyone begins to succeed. And that's what you saw with Trump. It could be anyone who simply is not invested in particularly the Black community remaining victimized. And the Democratic Party relies on that struggle, right? The oppressor and the oppressed. Black communities are recognizing that. They're seeing it happen rapidly from Obama to Trump to Biden. And now they're realizing it's not a generation. It's a matter of 4 to 6 years. And they see the difference.
Yeah, and Black men in particular, where we're seeing the polling go towards Trump, I mean, they see President Trump permanent funding for HBCUs, criminal justice reform, opportunity zones, wages growing for the bottom 25% faster than the top quarter of the country, wage-wise. Those are big deals.
And the difference fundamentally is that President Trump viewed every American equally, simply as an American. And the Democrat Party views people through the lens of their skin color. When Mr. Fisher said, you know, the Democratic Party doesn't value our vote, he's absolutely right. The Democratic Party expects their vote. And remember, it's coming from a place of And also, I know better than you, and I will represent you better than you will represent yourself. I agree with you wholeheartedly that the worst nightmare for the Democrat Party is actual flourishing, is actual disentanglement from the bloated government. It's not needing programs anymore. It's actually arising and using opportunity afforded by this country, just this country, not because of a handout, that those things emblematic of success in this country are actually the worst nightmare of the Democratic Party, because it means that people can then leave the teat and that they don't need them anymore. And to me, the biggest insult, again, is the notion that all of these party representatives continue to shove down the throat of these Americans that they will always do better, know better, and perform better and represent them better than they will themselves. Insert, highlight, Gavin Newsom, Joe Biden, and the list goes on.
The list goes on. And Kayleigh, I want to play this for you. The White House press briefing, there was a really tough question for Karine Jean-Pierre about Stevie Wonder from none other than April Ryan.
I had an in-depth conversation with Stevie Wonder last night, who is...
I love Stevie Wonder.
Again, for the serious question, he's very concerned about the Black agenda falling along the wayside. Is this president amenable to meeting with Stevie Wonder, who has these concerns?
As far as a meeting with the president, certainly I'm not aware of any meetings with Mr. Wonder.
I mean, if you have to tell the room this is a serious question, Kayleigh.
I didn't realize that
Wonder.
April Ryan was now Stevie Wonder's official PR rep.
Looks like
but
it.
Here we go. I think that, this is really interesting because we remember back to 2020, Trump was already making historic gains among Black voters. And now these recent polls show him skyrocketing in support among those voters, to the point where the New York Times actually found that the more diverse a state, the worse Biden performed. And you take Michigan, my home state, for example, about 98% of Black voters supported Biden in 2020. Now, according to the New York Times, 62% of Black voters in Michigan say that they would support Biden again. That's a 30% drop. Now, I don't know if it necessarily translates to increased support from Trump, but that's not, you don't even need that to hurt Biden. All he needs is those voters to simply stay home and not show up, and he could still lose to Trump. And there was a Wall Street Journal article that was, they interviewed several Black voters to sort of get to the root of this and to get to the root of why this drop in support has happened. They talked to Michelle Smith, who's a Black mother in North Philadelphia. She works 2 jobs. She has 3 teenage boys, and she said that she feels left behind because of the economy. She said that she's now had to take on a 3rd job because of Biden's policies. And she said it's like all of them talk a good game until they get elected. And I think that sums it up.
Wow, alarm bells should be going off for President Biden. So we will see.
But Kayleigh, don't you think Republicans need an agenda for the Black community?
Yes.
Not just that we're better than them,
Or
just
we're
take
not
a look.
them, yes,
Yeah, let's go
exactly.
in there and tell me what you'll do and listen and find out how to best serve the urban environment.
Trump has those answers, and they're afraid because they don't. And everyone's got to come together for this country.
So do a town hall in Chicago.
Love that idea. And it's a way to translate poll numbers to votes, which is really what this is all about for the party.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kayleigh McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.